All about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. And his kick is right through. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. First carry for Darius Geis. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Hey, on.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too over-amped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Smith. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They're going to go for it. It's Smith. And it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Looking to throw. They'll set up the screen here to mix it. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Here's Geis. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. On the ground, it's Geis. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Smith now to throw. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And his throw here is incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Back to the ground game now with Geis. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. On the ground, Geis, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Darius Geis with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
He's got Green. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
So that'll back him up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Now back to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the 2nd level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he stopped immediately there. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
They'll look to throw, and the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Oh, a free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their 38. On 1st down, this is Geis. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Caught on the right side, Reed. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run it here with Thompson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. In a 3-4 defense there and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? You not only did he eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
I was going to say, talking about puns, you said eat up the double team. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Geis. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Back to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Ohio! 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 Hot! Hot!
They'll set up to throw. Looking deep downfield. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Crowder now to return. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized. Executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Here's Smith now on second down. Runs through the contact. Now he's flushed out left. Now he's going to go deep down. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 48 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Clock running as the Redskins try to hurry up. And they'll go on the ground. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now 17-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A handoff to Mixon. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Green's got it over the middle. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Brad Nordman now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A great return there of 22 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Smith on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Smith on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And with just 1 second remaining in the 1st half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And Hopkins' kick is good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that.
I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to...
And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it, and the Bengals have recovered it.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And now the ball is knocked out, and the Redskins scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football?
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
On first down, Smith. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. On the handoff, it's Geis. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now here's Ross. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down. They work again from the 38 on second and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And Green with a catch left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The quick slant, good for a first down, a gain of 12. They'll look look to throw here on first down. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Ryan Kerrigan in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Back to throw here. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Come on, let's go. 190. 190.
They'll look to throw here. Green with a catch left side. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though. With that marker. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. Here's Smith. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. They'll hand it down to Geis. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
This is Geis on a handoff left. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Here's Smith. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll stay on the ground, mix it again. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
And the pitch goes to Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Brad Nordman now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. A beautiful fake. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now he's going to... And the defense loses him. It's complete. A huge play there for Washington. And even 40 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And Reed with it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
He may try and run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And caught right side, Green. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's 2nd down.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him. And that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now back to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he's got this down to the 35. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for John Ross that time. And that'll make it third down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Preston Smith in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Airing one out for Crowder. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now Smith, and now the ball's loose. Smith loses it, but the Redskins look to get this one back, and indeed they did. It's still Washington football. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Let's go. 190. 190.
Here's a give to Mixon. And he's going to be unable to get upfield as they take him down at the 21-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Ohio.
On third down, Mixon. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Rolling to his right. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Looking to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This is intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Redskins, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll be at home next week